Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Only a short-term intraday update, really not much is going on today. As I said in the last video, I really expect sort of consolidation in the weekend, maybe slightly rising prices as per this roadmap I showed you here on the micro level in the previous video. But you can see I already need to move the support and resistance areas and wave labels to the right because the price is just simply moving sideways. We want to talk about the potentials here on the weekend, what we can watch for, but probably today is rather slow and tomorrow we might get some action, and then there should be a decision possibly late Sunday or on Monday about whether the yellow wave count to the downside is going to continue and play out, or whether we are going to see even a larger wave 2, which is also part of the yellow bearish wave count, just a larger corrective rally before a decline, or actually if the bulls will make a comeback. And what we need to see, for that, we will talk about that in this video. Before we start, wanted to remind you that today I've uploaded a video specifically on X, formerly Twitter, here about TON. A lot of people ask for a TON update. Every week there is a vote on Twitter. You can vote for certain coins that were suggested throughout the week, and TON was the winner. I've just uploaded it. It's just fresh out of the oven. Was uploaded a minute ago. So feel free to check it out. I will also upload the second ranking the second winner. Aave it is actually. I thought it was, no, it's Tau. I will upload Tau as well, probably today, but it will be only on X, formerly Twitter. So make sure you follow us there. I plan to expand there a bit more. Just to be decentralized, really. So let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. By the way, you find a link to the Twitter profile, to the MCO Twitter profile in the description. So the idea is obviously, or the problem on this chart is obviously that we've seen 5 wave movements to the downside over the last few days. Quite a few, We had this initial 5 wave move down from last weekend's high, 5 waves down, and a 5 wave move down here between Thursday and Thursday. So the Thursday high and the Thursday low. And then the rallies have been corrective, 3 waves. So that is not clearly bullish. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It could just be an overshooting B wave to the downside. But I've added, bottom line is, because of these 5 wave movements to the downside, 3 wave rallies, which is not bullish, I've added resistance areas for the bearish wave counts, and only if the price can break above those, I would confirm that the bulls have made a comeback. So I want to share with you what would it mean for the bears to fail, and the analysis helps us to understand that. So from a bullish point of view, it is possible that in our white wave count, I'm not going to be too detailed about it, but in the white wave count where we're still watching for a 3rd wave rally, possibly into the 70k region, for the bulls to make a comeback, which is still possible. We haven't even broken below the 15th of August low here that formed at around 56,150. But for them to make a comeback, because of the 5 wave movements to the downside, we need to see a break above resistances. The first resistance area is here. It's between 59,926 and 60,630. It's not necessarily a target area. It just means that if the bulls want to make a comeback, they need to break above it. As long as we stay below resistance, the downside pressure is high. I don't have any, I'm not convinced about this microstructure. I just showed you something, a possible roadmap for the weekend, but it's not high confidence, okay? Because we're dealing here with a small time frame and a messy structure. But still, this is the resistance area. This is the way how the price could get there. If we break above 60,630, the immediate 1-2 setup to the downside, wave 1 down, wave 2 up, and so on, will reduce in likelihood. But it could still be a larger wave 2, okay? With resistance around 62,211 and 63,430. In this case, we had, a wave 1 to the downside into the Wednesday low. This would have been just an A wave rally, a B wave down, and now we are rallying in a C wave. Does it mean we have to get there? No. But it just is a resistance area, and it would be, let's say, just a larger bearish setup. But then a break above 63,430 would also make this one less likely. So I want to see 2 resistance areas break to put the bulls back into the driver's seat, basically into driver mode. because at the moment the bears seem to be leading due to these impulses to the downside we've seen. But interestingly, the bears have failed to follow through to the downside yesterday, and we had quite a strong intraday reaction to this swing low that formed on Wednesday and on Tuesday. So there's been quite a substantial reaction, but it's not strong enough because we haven't seen a break above resistance. I hope that makes sense. So for me, the trend is down. I'm very open to the idea that we could get the bulls back. Yeah, the bulls could, make a comeback. Very much open to that. As I said, over the recent months, or over the recent weeks, the structure in this current sideways range that I showed you in the earlier video today, we are on the daily chart. I took a look at the daily chart in the previous video. The structure is very fragile, and we might see, quick changes of price action, But whenever we have a setup, as in this case, a bearish setup, we should definitely be more cautious and watch for it. If the bear is invalidated or if it's actually going to be followed. Where would it take us? It could take us into the 40K region if it really follows through, if the bears follow through. But the bears might need a recovery rally first, or the bulls might drive the bears into the resistance areas before we see further downside. So at the moment, I'm just on high alert for any 5-wave movements to the downside, because any further 5-wave move to the downside would rather indicate a continuation to the downside here in one of these third waves. I've added a support zone today to the chart as well, just to highlight what is the support area to break to confirm the yellow count further, or a direct move down. And support is at 58,100. Any break below it would indicate that the bears are already driving the price down and the next decline is ready to start. At the moment, micro price action is highly ambiguous. I just show you here a possible roadmap so that there are some wave labels there, something that we can focus on, but it is not a high confidence wave pattern. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.